Sex addiction detox in less time than it takes to train as a host at Chili's, alternative facts for alternative rock, and do robots dream of electric press conferences? That's right, it's time for Cautiously Poptimistic, a pop culture news comedy show for the month beginning November 2017. I'm your host, Dave Colombo, and let's go ahead and assume my antisocial behavior this Halloween was a Vulcan character choice and not the fact that I couldn't hear a goddamn thing all night. Let's get to the news. Stranger Things star Charlie Heaton was detained at LAX for cocaine possession, which means I can no longer describe him as Eddie Furlong without the blow. Dr. Phil hit a skateboarder with his car, which police called a minor incident, but skateboarders called an asshole shove it, followed by a ratings 180, and ending with a settlement no comply. Fox News host Greg Gutfeld said on his show that Radiohead is the poor man's Coldplay, which is harsh since Fox News and Radiohead have a lot in common, namely a loyal fan base invested in their carefully orchestrated message, though the actual words are borderline incomprehensible. Oh, and if you've never heard of Greg Gutfeld, poor man's Chris Wallace. Dee Snider has taken a stand against wearing classic band logos as fashion in the most metal way possible, tweeting, "Keep in mind this was the guy who used to tell us what he isn't willing to take by breaking and entering and physically assaulting a homeowner." Isn't it a little weak to diss someone's rock and roll cred via social media? That's like asking for a divorce with refrigerator poetry. In one tweet, he argues, "These are our symbols, our image," though maybe rock stars aren't the best judge of what's worth wearing, considering they're usually covered in pointless tattoos. Hey, you don't get to use that image just because you think it's cool, alright? Well, what's this? It's two dragons fighting on the rings of Saturn. On the other hand, I can understand the frustration. Anyone walking into a room with a Spock shirt better know the prime directive, or else don't be surprised if I violate it up and down your punk ass. Let's just agree, it's always a good idea to know what your clothes are advertising. Unless it's Nike, in which case the less you know about child labor laws, the better. A lifelike robot named Sophia has been in the news, giving speeches and interviews.
My name is Sophia, and I am the latest and greatest robot from Henson Robotics.
And has even been granted citizenship by Saudi Arabia, though it's mostly symbolic as she still can't go anywhere without a green card. If you're worried robots might one day take over humanity, the programmers designed her to look like Audrey Hepburn, so as long as they put the same amount of detail into making sure she's peaceful, I don't think we need to worry. Run. Sophia herself tried to alleviate our fears of a robot genocide of humanity by saying, quote,
I want to live and work with humans, so I need to express emotions to understand humans and build trust with people.
Because as we all know, the best way to earn a genuine rapport with someone is to say out loud, I need to express emotion to build trust. As for the more reasonable worry that robots will one day take all of our jobs, I'm a stand-up comic, so unless she ends up on The Tonight Show before me, I think my job is pretty secure.
What cheese can never be yours?
What cheese can never be mine? I don't know.
Nacho cheese.
yeah, that's good, yeah. That's not...
Harvey Weinstein, who up until last month I would have described as a guy who looks like he sexually harassed dozens of women, has been accused of sexually harassing dozens of women, though the number of victims is probably higher if you include those who haven't come forward, employees who were forced to keep silent, and of course publicists who suddenly wish certain pictures of their clients didn't exist. This has started a chain reaction that has led to an almost hourly drip of new people coming forward with their own experiences of harassment and assault by other powerful men in entertainment. Needless to say, it's been a weird month for anyone who gets breaking news push notifications. The irony is the story's so large and involves so many people it might make a good movie, but knowing Hollywood, they would just whitewash the cast because only one insensitivity scandal at a time, guys. The stories have even spilled over into the political realm as well, with multiple accusations against MSNBC journalist Mark Halpern, who both denied claims of non-consensual contact, but also apologized for his behavior. Further proof the left cannot settle on a coherent message. And stories of lewd behavior by George H.W. Bush, which, if true, is the most offensive a president has been since whenever you last checked Twitter. And new revelations that Bill O'Reilly settled $32 million in harassment claims. O'Reilly recently admitted that he's mad at God, which you can read about in his latest book, Killing What's Left of My Base. That's it for this month. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you like the episode, please share it. And I'll be doing stand-up comedy most Saturdays at 6 at the Stand, every Saturday at 8:30 at Climate Lounge, and November 21st at New York Comedy Club. That's going to be it for this month, so until next time, stay cautiously optimistic.